So what happens if you have multiple workers' comp injuries? It can really get messy, and it's tough in a video like this to lay out the potential scenarios. But let's try to work our way through some of the ramifications. So multiple workers' comp injuries. You've been injured, multiple injuries took place, and let's say they're all still open. None of them have been settled. If they're all with the same insurance company, the same employer, then generally they're all going to move through the system together. So if you injured your back in May, a couple months go by, you're still there, you're still doing light duty, but you injured your knee, it's a new injury, some time goes by, you're back and working, you haven't settled either claim yet, a coworker drops a box on your head and you injure your neck. We've got 3 injuries now. They're all musculoskeletal in nature. Haven't had surgery, let's say, for any of them. It gets complicated with regards to work restrictions. You'll see generally a QME. Well, I'll back up a little bit more. The PTP, the primary treating physician, is generally going to treat those 3 injuries separately. It can be kind of confusing, and it's kind of a pain in the neck for you because you're an injured worker, you don't have an attorney, you're going to the doctor, but the doctor has a claim number for the knee injury, a claim number for the back injury, a claim number for the neck injury, and the insurance company generally wants all of those to be reported on the proper claim number. So that's kind of a pain in the neck. There may be work restrictions that are imposed with all 3 injuries. So maybe the neck is no repetitive twisting and turning of the neck, and maybe the knee is no ladder climbing and no repetitive bending and stooping, but there may be different work restrictions for each. You will then generally see a QME once your condition kind of reaching a plateau, going to be permanent and stationary. If all 3 claims have been filed, all 3 claims are going through. Once a QME is requested, that QME will generally address all outstanding open claims. So if all 3 claims are open, none of them have been settled, you go to one QME, that one QME is going to address the knee, the back, and the neck all at one time. That QME will write one report and ideally find all 3 parts of the body permanent and stationary at the same time. You can move forward and you settle all 3 claims. If you do that and you stay at the employer, you're probably looking at 3 sets of stipulations with request for award. You'll have STIPs for the knee, 1%, 2%, 5%. STIPs for the low back, maybe 0%, maybe 10%. STIPs for the neck, maybe 0%, maybe 10%. You settle all 3 of them separately. Ideally, you keep on working. If you are settling with a compromise and release, chances are the insurance company isn't going to be interested in that if you're still at the employer, because the insurance company is still on the liability. They don't want you to keep working and have another injury and they're liable for medical treatment after they just paid that out. If you are permanent and stationary for one date of injury, but not the others, it can get horribly complicated. In those situations, you really will be best off either talking to a local attorney about your case and the implications, or reaching out to the I&A officer at your WCAB office. So if you have questions more specific, you can drop a comment down below. If you found the video helpful, it's workers' comp. It can be so confusing, especially with multiple injuries. Go ahead and hit the like button if you found the video helpful.